Pastor Beavers, the humble pastor of the New Rising Star Missionary Baptist Church, 7400 London Avenue South, right here in the East Lake community of the wonderful city of Birmingham, Alabama. As you can see, we are sitting here live in the sanctuary of New Rising Star with two of our wonderful members. I am privileged and honored on today to be able to speak with Mr. and Mrs. Jason Mitchell. Can you just wave to the people that are watching by way of that camera? All right, listen, I have you here on today because every November we teach on giving. We teach the principles of giving unashamedly, and we teach them unapologetically. And I really believe that God has placed in my spirit that the people of New Rising Star need to hear it from somebody other than the pastor. You two, as far as I can tell, seem to be very generous in your giving. And I just want to interview you on today that perhaps our interview can encourage somebody else that may be struggling with the concept of giving. The Bible teaches us in Revelation 12, verse number 11, that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And so I just want the two of you, to give your brief testimony on how giving has impacted your life. The first question that I want to ask is, what drives you to give the way that you give?
All praises, honor, and glory go to my Father, Jesus Christ, which are in heaven.
Wow.
What drives me to give, Pastor, is that I must confess, at a young age, when I was going through Sunday school, when I was a child, in church, I took to giving more blessing than it is to receive as a cliche. But as I became an adult, one Sunday, I sit in church, and the collection plate came around, and I did not have $1 to put in church.
Wow.
I asked the Lord at that point to bless me to where I could be a blessing for someone else.
Wow.
And he answered my prayer and spoke to my spirit and says, once you have something to give, you already been blessed.
Wow.
So that's when I really learned the concept of giving. Then I prayed to the Lord and asked him to allow me to have a better understanding and knowledge and wisdom to be able to be a good steward of the other 90% which he's blessed me with. And he allowed me and my wife to step out on faith to start our own business. We went from barely making ends meet to being able to have more money to bring to God's kingdom. My next prayer was the prayer of Jabez. I prayed to the Lord, Lord, bless me indeed, enlarge my territory.
Wow.
He answered that prayer. We have always had the opportunity over the last 20 years. Our company has been a contractor for the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. We started with only 2 counties in the state of Alabama. Since that time, he's blessed us to be asset managers for over 10 states throughout the United States.
Wow.
So
that is powerful.
I am a living witness that God will do what he says he will do. He will open up the wonders of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive.
Wow, you sound like a praying man. And what I hear you saying is that every prayer that you pray, they've not been selfish prayers, they've not been prayers with impure motives, but you pray that God would bless you, that you would be able to bless other people, and God has truly answered your prayers. That is a powerful testimony. The next question that I want to ask you all is, how has giving impacted your life? How has it impacted your family? What kind of impact has it had on your personal household?
Let me just first say, to God be the glory for the things that he has done, for the things that he's about to do.
Wow.
God has blessed us tremendously. I mean, I don't have all day to tell you, but God has truly been good to our family. Like my husband Jason said, we've been working in the business for 23 years. I don't know anything else. It was a struggle at first. Like he said, we weren't givers at first, but I was raised to always have faith in God like he said, that God will do just what he says he'll do. And, as far as, us being blessed and everything, like he says, it's not about us, it's about God.
Wow.
And us glorifying God's kingdom.
Wow.
And let me just say that tithing is not an option, it's a commitment that each one of us should have to God in giving our 10%. And the rewards are remarkable.
Wow. Well, let's talk a little bit about how through you tithing, you all are the cup. Who's the salsa in your life?
Our children.
Wow.
Our family.
Wow. So your children and your family are able to live off of the overflow of the blessing that God has poured on you all's life.
That's correct.
Wow, what a wonderful, wonderful blessing. Perhaps there's somebody out there who's struggling with the concept. Perhaps they're on the line of decision. Should I give? Should I not give? Should I try this tithing thing? Perhaps they're saying, I'm a giver, but I just don't give 10%. But I'm struggling because God is dealing with my heart, and I'm trying to figure out what it is that I really need to be doing. And they're facing a challenge. They want to give, but they don't know how they're going to make ends meet. What would you say to that person? Have you ever faced challenges concerning your giving, or what would you say to a person on the line trying to make that kind of decision?
Well, Pastor, I would have to say, once I made the commitment and seen God at work, it has never been a problem for me to give since that point.
Wow.
And what I would tell anyone if they're struggling with this is to try God.
Try God.
Try God.
Wow.
And he might not come when you want him, but he's always on time.
Wow.
And what you have to always do as well is keep your focus on him and not on the world.
Wow.
Because if you keep your focus on the world, then they will make it more difficult for you with your walk with God.
That's a powerful
But
statement.
keep your eye on the glory of God.
Amen.
And everything else will follow.
All right.
And I'd just like to add that in order for you to be blessed, if you see your brothers and sisters are being blessed, you've got to rejoice for them.
Wow.
We went a long time with, not having the things that we really wanted. I mean, we had the necessities, but the abundance will come if you rejoice in someone else's.
Wow.
In their blessing.
Wow. That's very, very awesome. Well, I want to tell the two of you on today, thank you for being here. Thank you for being open and honest and candid and sharing your testimony. And our New Rising Star, because of them being here on today, you have heard it live, not just from the mouth of the pastor, but you have heard it live from the mouth of two members at New Rising Star that are walking in the abundance of God's blessings. You know that it does not just work for the pastor. God is not a respecter of persons, but it works for anybody that is willing to put these principles into practice in their lives. And so I just want to encourage all of you New Rising Star. I don't want to beat you up for what you're not doing, but I do want to encourage you and challenge you that if you're not doing it, if you're not giving, if you're not tithing, I want to encourage and challenge you to seek God and to listen to the voice of God as he leads you into doing his will concerning your finance. May God richly bless you. Until next time, let's keep Jesus lifted. Let's wave bye to the cameras. God bless.